Hi everybody, David here from Living Tech. Thanks for joining me. One of the most time-consuming aspects of YouTube video creation, for me anyway, is creating an end product that's organized, complete, and fluid sounding. I found that when I improvise, sure, it sounds natural, which is good, but it can also mean a lot of work in post-production, especially editing in things that I've missed. And despite my careful editing, I'm still not satisfied with the end result. It's pretty jumpy, especially in the areas that I've cut. So I decided to try a teleprompter solution. I'd heard some good things about a company called GlideGear and its TMP100 Teleprompter, so I contacted them to see whether they'd be willing to provide me with one to review. They did, and that's what we're doing here today. So this video is for those of you who are in the same boat as I was. I'm including the unboxing, setup, use, and review. And by the way, this is the first time I've ever used a teleprompter, so if you're already a veteran teleprompter user, please feel free to provide any useful tips in the comments below. Okay, so let's get to the unboxing portion of this video and move forward from there. So I opened the box to find that the unit comes in its own case. Inside the case was some foam surrounding the unit, and there was an instruction manual, a carrying strap that clasps to the carrying case, and the unit itself. At this point I was thinking I would toss the foam, but subsequently decided that the foam is great protection, so I kept it. Here's the strap, and you'll see the unit comes in one piece. So it locks shut so that it's protected from falling open. You pull those two things you see there. You rotate it forward until you get to 40 degrees, and then the thumb screws you see here align with the screw holes in the mirror frame. Then screw those two screws into the holes to lock in the mirror. Okay, so here's the device. What I did here was, I normally have this Flex Shooter Pro, this for a big lens setup. You don't need this hefty a tripod, this is very light. Anyway, so I was using this on here. I didn't have I wanted to keep using that tripod for recording this video. So I took the Flex Shooter off. There are 5 3/8" holes in here, one of which I'm using for screwing it straight into this half ball. This is one of those, half ball mounts. So screwed it straight into there, great, so I just rotated it on. Normally you'd get the cheese plate that comes with your tripod, or one that's compatible with your tripod, and you just screw the cheese plate to the teleprompter, and then you would have the receiver, the video head or whatever you're using, you'd screw that onto this half ball head, and then you'd just be able to click this whole setup on and off. But like I said, all of that's being used for this video, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so I'll get the camera. This happens to be an A9 Mark II. Oh, and I've got the wrong bracket on here. Okay, I will take same size A7R4, and I folded this back because this is a short lens. It's a 24mm. So all I'm doing is sort of putting the shroud around the lens, and then I sit the lens down on here. Just get it set up so it's threaded through. I'll feed the lens through the shroud. Just get it close to the glass. Tighten this. There we go. A few extra seconds. There is a sort of a pull tab here with a little lock on it. So let's tighten that down so we don't get stray light going in. Should be fine. So now turn on the video here. We're good. Okay, so here this is. It's all set up. And now I have it facing you so that you can have a look at what the software looks like in action. I'm using a piece of software called Teleprompter, and this was what I used at the beginning. I mentioned I put a caption in the first part saying that I was actually using the teleprompter. So this is the software I was using, and this is what happens. I set a countdown for 12 seconds so I could get from the camera to this area, make sure everything was fine. Had a few seconds to take a breath, and now it starts. I have it in scroll mode. You can also put it in paging mode. You can use your Apple Watch to page it. Every time you hit it, it will change pages. It does a few other things. I actually didn't use my Apple Watch with this, or haven't used it with this. But anyway, so that's the software scrolling. This is the script for the part that you just heard. And sometimes you have a separate person on the scroll to control it. But for me, I'm sort of a one-man show for these videos. So I prefer it like this. It's easy to read from that far away, I find. It's about 11 feet, I would say, and that's 55 millimeter lens. So, I don't know if that'll give you an idea of this or not, of how big the text would be. But I mean, you can set the text from this big to this big. So this was just sort of a nice amount of text per line. I felt like I could read ahead enough to know what's coming. And so this is what worked for me. I will go into more depth in the software in the next segment of this video. But this is all to say this is working out great for me. I'll just put a little inset here. I'll start some video. And then you can see what you do or don't see through this lens of what's happening on the teleprompter. And the answer is you don't see anything. For those of you interested, it uses beam splitter glass, which lets light go one direction but not the other. And so that's what's happening here. Of course, I have to mirror the text from here because it has to show backwards so that when it hits the mirror and goes to me, I need to see it right side up and not backwards. So that's all done in the software. And yeah, so that's it. The next segment, we'll look at how the software works. The first thing you'll want to do is to get the Teleprompter Premium software from the App Store. Here it is. Clicked on it, and here are the different features you can see. I thought this was pretty cool. You can actually use your iPhone as a teleprompter at the same time as the iPhone is recording the video. So moving along, mirroring your scripts for professional rigs. That's what we're looking at here, the hardware. So we can reflect horizontally and vertically as we've seen. We can mirror on an external display or monitor on an external display. Next is importing your documents, PDF, Word, plain text, rich text, File apps, Dropbox, Google Drive, all of those are supported. And for me, those features are incredibly useful. And next, you can use various presentation or gaming controllers to control your presentation, another useful feature. Possibly my favorite feature, other than the main features of this program, is the ability to control scrolling, scroll speed, video recording, and especially making quick edits with an external keyboard. All of that is, I would say, essential for this kind of software. Controlling devices over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, definitely useful. And you saw me use the countdown timer already. I really like that. For some reason, my camera was taking a few seconds to focus once I got in place. It was on continuous autofocus, so this really helped in that situation as well. Here you can use AirPlay or a cable to connect to an external display. That's pretty cool. And note, on the external display, you can have mirror or regular text. An obvious feature to me is to be able to display in either portrait or landscape, so this has that. That's no big surprise. Okay, so this was already installed on my system, so I just clicked open. If you don't have it already, you click install. Went right into loading up the script that I had there, and I had edited this or created this on another device, but once you sign in, all of your scripts are available for viewing on any of the devices. I click start, and you can stop it. You can, you can speed up or slow down the scroll. Nice feature, I think, is that it doesn't go back to the beginning automatically. You very well might not want it to, especially if you're recording in sort of sections. You don't want to lose your place. So it does that. Here's a bunch of, or all of the settings page. And, you can set the font, you can set the font size. You can see there changing the background color. White to me was easiest, but, whatever. The margins are important because if you see your eyes going back and forth too much, if you do a test segment, you might want to bring the margins in so that there's not as much left to right. I find that works well. Actually, I had with the iPad mini, I used the whole screen width, and I don't think the eye movement was too bad. You can be the judge. Cue indicators, mirroring horizontally, vertically, etc. These are, I didn't sort of experiment with all of the options. I really just did what I needed to do for this video and then tried a few more things. Tapping to scroll, that sort of thing, time scrolling versus continuous scrolling, I guess they call it. You can go into paging, and with paging, as you click, it will go to the next page. That's the countdown timer. I'm moving there. You might also notice the recording videos. I mentioned this earlier. If you enable the camera, you see yourself. And in front of that, you see the scrolling text. So that's super useful as well. Essential, I think, if you don't have a teleprompter. I'm just starting this, and that's going backwards. We click that button there, and now it's going to scroll forwards. So, that's it in terms of features. There's integrated help, which I wanted to show you. Just lots of frequently asked questions and, details of how to do different things you might want to do. I don't really think it's useful for your time to watch me go through all of these, but just so that you know that it's there if you need help. To use your Apple Watch, you need to go to the App Store, install the Teleprompter Premium app onto your watch, click it. It asks you to open a script on your phone or iPad. You open it. So in other words, you've started Teleprompter Premium, and now this screen comes up on your watch. And so now using the watch, you can start, stop, go to the beginning, go to the end, control direction, and control scroll speed. Okay, here are my final thoughts. First, I want to thank GlideGear for providing me this unit to review. It met every expectation I had and more. Whether this is suitable for you, you are probably a better judge. I took you through the unboxing, the setup, and the use of it, so you can see if this would work for you. I particularly appreciated how easy it is to set up and put away. It's got, it's all one piece, so the only thing you have to do, as you saw before, is unscrew these two screws and fold it back the way it arrived originally, which is super easy. So the unit sells on Amazon currently anyway for $199 US. I'll put a purchase link in the comments below if you want to give it a try. We make a 4% commission on everything you purchase when you use one of our links, so your using our link is very much appreciated. I'd also like to thank the Teleprompter Premium software producer JoeAllenPro Limited for providing to me the software. Obviously, no matter how good the hardware is, if you don't have matching software that gives you all the features you want, it's of little to no use. And Teleprompter Premium did everything I wanted it to do, which is great. It actually offered inter-device compatibility that I wasn't expecting. which makes it really nice if you have a phone and an iPad and mirroring to different devices. I particularly liked that you can have an external keyboard. You can edit on the fly. You know, when you edit on one device, all the devices see them. Just all of that was perfect as far as I was concerned. If I had to add a feature to this software, I would love to see in a future version it having voice recognition. So, you know, as you go through the script and you're reading it, fine. But then if you go off topic, or off script, I should say, then it pauses the scrolling until you get back on track, and then it continues the scrolling. That would be super valuable, I think, for people like me who can't always stay on script. But anyway, that's just would just be a nice to have. Thanks again to JoeAllenPro Limited, though, for providing the software, and I think you should give that a try as well. It's available at the App Store. If I read a recent communication from JoeAllenPro Limited correctly, then there is also an Android application that has these same features. So if you're an Android user, you're not left out. That's it. If you like this video, please click like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like it, and we'll catch you next time.